What's up, everybody? It's Silas Kingdomnaire, Kingdom Forth here, guys. And I want to come on here and I want to talk about let Jesus use you. That's what I want to talk about. Just go for it. Whatever he told you to do, let him use you in your business, in your ministry, in your country, your city, your state, wherever you are, let him use you. Okay? Stop resisting him. So this is the Following Jesus series, and I want to talk about in Luke chapter 9, verse 23, it talks about taking up the cross and following him. It says, then he said to them all, if anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself. So denying yourself, this is how you come after Jesus. God bless you too. It says, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily. Right? You see that word? It says daily, not weekly, not every Sunday, but it says every day. Every day we're supposed to be, and I pray that these videos I'm doing shows you kind of an example of what it is to do every day something for God. It doesn't have to be this, right? But just something to serve in his kingdom, right? And it says every day, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. So that's how you follow Jesus, right? And that's what we're talking about. We're talking about how to really follow him. So to really follow Jesus, first you have to deny yourself. I was just watching an inspirational video with, I believe it was on a Steve Harvey thing. It's on my Facebook. But Magic Johnson did something. He created I'm not sure. He created some business and it blessed a lot of people. But one person was giving gratitude to Magic Johnson for what he did. Right. And basically what I want to tell you about is when you're following Jesus, when you jump, right? When you jump, because they were talking about jumping, you're not the only one that's going to be blessed by what's about to happen or about the dream that God gives you. You're not the only one that's going to be blessed. So if you give up on that dream, you're killing other people as well. Like you kill that dream, you're killing other people. But if you keep working on that dream, you keep doing what God told you, you're going to help other people. I see people that I've helped because I jumped, right? And I'm just imagining, what if I didn't jump from where I have jumped so far? Imagine the people that I couldn't have impacted, right? I wouldn't have impacted their life, or God wouldn't have did what he did for them because I didn't jump, right? But if you do what God tells you to do, it's always going to impact somebody else's life. It's not going to just be about you, right? So your business that you're in, that God has given you, it's a Bible verse, and it says, the hand of the diligent shall bear rule. But the lazy person, this is powerful. It says the lazy person shall be put to forced labor. You know what forced labor is? Forced labor is basically, it's like slavery. It's basically you doing something that you don't want to do. That's what forced labor is, and that's what lazy people have to do. Lazy people, eventually, if you're lazy, you're going to be put to forced labor. It's slavery. You're going to be put to doing something that you do not want to do. So if God has you in a business right now, you should be working it diligently. You should be excited. I know as a business owner, I thank God when I see people working at a job. I say, Lord, thank you for my business. Thank you. If you have a business right now, work your business diligently, because it is a gift from God for you to be able to be a business owner and work your business. Okay. Be diligent at whatever God tells you to do. And I'm not talking about all jobs are bad. If you're in the field you want to be in, that's great. Right. Like if you're doing what you want to do, that's great. But I'm saying, like, somebody, for instance, working as a janitor and they don't really want to, right? That's forced labor. You're doing something that you don't want to do, right? You're forced to do it because you were lazy with what God told you to do. But be diligent with what God has told you to do. Okay, whatever it is that he told you to do, get diligent with it. But guys, I want to talk about this. Take up the cross and follow him. If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me. For whoever desires to save his life will lose it. So when you're choosing not to, like when you're doing your own thing, you're trying to save your life, right? You're not following God. And when you try to save your life, you're actually losing it. But it says, but whoever loses his life, that's when you deny yourself It's selfishness. It's not being selfish, right? Whenever you deny yourself, you actually save your life. He said, whoever loses his life for my sake will save it. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world and is himself destroyed or lost, right? For whoever is ashamed of me and my words, of him the Son of Man will be ashamed when he comes in his glory, in his own glory, and in his, let me flip the page. But guys, I want you to just deny yourself, right? It says in the Father's, right? Let me make sure I'm reading this. It says, and in his Father's and of the holy angels. But I tell you truly, there are some standing here who shall not taste death till they see the kingdom of God. But guys, basically what I want you to get out of this is denying yourself. This is how we follow God. You can't follow God trying to do your own thing. Like me doing these videos every day, right? I'm denying myself. I'm picking up my cross daily. Whatever Jesus, and it's not just doing a video. All right? This is what God told me to do. What has he told you to do that you're denying? Right? Whatever he told you to do, keep doing it. You got to keep doing it. Because look, if you quit, what is that going to do? Like what is that going to do for you if you quit on what God told you to do? It's just going to cause more frustration, more anger, more disappointment in your life. Things, when you quit on what God told you to do, I guarantee you, things are not going to work for you. You're going to feel bad. You're going to feel, if you don't feel bad, somebody was calling me. If you don't feel bad right now, you will feel bad if you're not doing what God told you to do. So guys, deny yourself. Okay? Deny, if God told you to do something. You know, David, when he was going versus Goliath, when David killed Goliath, you saw how many people he set free? Right? He set everybody that was watching, even the enemies, the people that were with Goliath, they got set free. How did they get set free? When they saw that Goliath was killed, they stopped trusting in that. Right? They looked to David's God when they saw what he did to Goliath. He set everybody free. But what did David have to do in the Bible? He had to jump. He was the only one that jumped. And God is using you in a field. I don't know what it is. But whatever it is, you got to keep going for it. Keep studying. Right? Keep working towards it. Get diligent. Jump. Because one day, it might, look, this might be from a year from now. It might be 2 years from now. But since you did not quit, people are going to need what you have. They're going to need that skill set inside of you that God is preparing right now. People are going to need it. But you got to jump. You got to deny yourself, and you got to do what God told you to do. Right? So guys, just keep praying to God. I pray that he gives us this day our daily bread. I love you all. I'll be back on here tomorrow. But tonight, I just wanted to talk about Luke chapter 9, verse 23. If anyone desires to come after me, let him deny himself and take up his cross daily and follow me, guys. I just hope that this helped you and just gets your focus on God. For me, I'm focused on denying myself. Okay, look, God can use you. He can use you in anything. It might not, look, he might have you there to get other people there, just like he did for Moses. Stop looking at yourself. This is what I'm learning. Stop looking at yourself. Well, it's not working for me, right? It's not working for you, but look at all the other people it's working for. So since it's not working for you, you're going to quit. But look at all the other people you can impact. Or you feel like it's not working for you. Or you feel like you're not able to do it. God is going to use you. God is going to use you. When God uses you, listen, when God uses you, you're not supposed to think that you can do it. Right? You're not supposed to think you can do it right away. But he's going to tell you, he's going to confirm that you can. He's going to confirm that you can. Some of you don't believe that you can do it. And I'm not going to, and I don't want to say that you're not going to believe you can, because some people, they do believe. They do believe. David in the Bible, he believed that he believed, but he didn't believe in himself though. That was one thing. He didn't believe in himself. He believed in God. David versus Goliath. David always said that God will give me the victory. He always mentioned God. That was his strength. So maybe that's what we got to do. We got to start mentioning that God is going to deliver us. God is going to give me this victory. That's where we got to get our trust in. Maybe that's what we need to do. Maybe that's why we don't believe we can do it, because we think we have to do it. I'm talking about me too. All right. Whenever you have a vision, whenever you have a dream, stop looking at it in your own strength. Because if you look at it from if you look at it from your own strength, I guarantee you're going to quit. If you look at your dream, your vision, your goal that God is giving you in your own strength, I guarantee you are going to say, I cannot do this. And that's true. You can. But if you look at it from a kingdomnaire, right? A kingdom mindset. Okay. My Father is God. The earth is the Lord's and the fullness thereof. My goal, whatever your goal is, you want to earn some income, right? Or whatever it is, whatever your goal is. Okay. I can't do this, but God, I see God doing it in other people's life. God is going to give me this victory. That's how we got to start looking. I know I can't get this house in my strength, but God is going to give this to me. If he gave you the vision, if he gave you the dream, look at it from him, his kingdom, because we're his citizens. We're his citizens, right? We're his citizens. So God is not in lack. God is not incapable of doing it. It's not that. It's because we don't believe that he can do it. We don't trust. That word trust. We don't trust that he can do it. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. If you believe that he's going to give you the victory, you won't quit. Do not look, we do, everybody does this. You lean on your own understanding. I do it. But he says, do not lean on your own understanding. That's how you deny yourself. You trust in the Lord with all your heart. You see your dream, you look at it, and you say, God is going to give me this victory. When you do that, you're not leaning to your own understanding no more. But when you do this, you look at your dream, your vision, and you say, God, I don't know how this is going to happen. Right there, did you hear what I just said? I don't know how. I don't know understanding. I'm leaning to my own understanding when I say that. Have you said anything like that before? God, I don't know how this rent is going to be paid. I don't know how I'm going to get this car. I don't know how I'm going to get my children into school. I don't know how. You're leaning to your own understanding. I want you to try this. It takes courage to do this. To look at your dream and say, God is going to give me this victory. It takes guts to do this. It takes heart. It takes courage. It takes strength. And you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Look at that dream. I don't care. Look, I don't care if your business was going up and then it went down. Did God say you was going to prosper with it? Keep doing it. See, humans are so focused on leaning on their own understanding. You want things to happen for you now. But God is saying it is happening now, but just not in your now. Remember, God's time it's not the same as ours. It's not the same as ours. He said, write the vision. It'll be confusing when you read Habakkuk. When you read about write the vision, it's confusing if you leaning on your own understanding when you read it, because he says, wait for the vision. He said, though it tarry, wait for it shall not tarry. What? Like he said, though it tarry, like he said, it's going to happen. Though it tarry, though it looks like it's delaying, wait for it. It's not. It's not really delaying. It's not really delayed. It's going to happen at the perfect time. Wait for it. So guys, I just hope that this helped you and encouraged you. Faith is the substance of things hoped for. Yes, sir. The evidence of things not seen. He said the just shall live by faith. So every time I'm getting on this video, I'm doing this by faith. Right? Every time you see that goal that God told you to do, every time you work on it, I don't care if nobody's supporting you right now. Who cares? That's not why you're doing it. You're not doing it for the support. You're doing it for the people you're going to impact. You're doing it for the lives you're going to change. Okay, so look at your dream different. The dream is not yours no more. The dream is God's. You hear me? The goal is God's. It's not yours no more. That's where you messed up. You thought the vision was yours. The desire is God's. It is his pleasure to will and to do for his good pleasure. He wants to will and to do in you for his good pleasure. He wants to will and do for his good pleasure in you on earth. The goal is his. The dream is his. It's done. Look, God has things done in heaven, and he just wants to use somebody that would deny themselves, take up their cross daily, and follow him. He wants to use somebody that will yield to him when it does not make sense. Faith that does not make sense. You're not supposed to know the next step. What did God tell you to do? Keep doing it. Do your best. Keep doing it. I always talk about David in the Bible. I love David in the Bible. He was tending his herds, his sheep, right? He just kept doing that until God called him to do something else. He did his best with his sheep. He made sure no lion, no bear killed his sheep. Right? He took care of his sheep. What they told him to do, right? Until God came and brought a prophet to anoint him king. And then he got a new assignment. But he did his best. Joseph did his best. When he went into slavery, when his brothers sold him into slavery, he did his best where he was. This is something that it's amazing. It says that Joseph was in jail. I always talk about it, right? It says Joseph was in jail, but he got promoted to watch over the people in jail while he was in jail. He got promoted in jail. He had that much favor from God on his life, and he knew it. He didn't guess because he did his best everywhere he was. Everywhere Joseph went, he did his best. How could you do your best when you're going through so much? Because you got that vision from God. You got that dream from God. And you know the dream is not yours. Joseph knew the dream wasn't his. He knew it came from God. So he trusted it. He was hurt. Remember when Joseph's brothers came to him? They didn't know it was him. And he tested them to see if they changed. And they actually did change. They was going to save their little brother, the youngest. I believe, is his name Benjamin? I hope I'm right. But the youngest brother, right? They wanted to save him. If you read it in Genesis, read it for yourself. But they heart had changed. And Joseph said, "It's me, brothers." They didn't even recognize him. All right, that's one of my, that story right there. That's my story. I could relate to that story. I love reading that story about Joseph. I think it's powerful, right? It's very, very powerful that somebody could be promoted everywhere they went. No matter what position he was in, he didn't care about the position. He just did his best, right? And I think that's what we got to start doing. We got to stop looking at our positions. Stop looking at where we are, our conditions, and do our best with the work that God has given us, because our work is worship to God. Hey, our work is worship to God. And this is what I'm working on. My work is a masterpiece to God. When I'm lazy in my work, I'm giving lazy praise to God. I'm giving lazy worship to God. And I don't want to do that, because look, when I'm praising God like this with my hands and dancing with my feet, I'm giving my best praise. But when I get to work, I'm lazy. I'm being lazy with my work. See, we got to look at work like worship to God, because he said, whatever you do, do it to the glory of God. So it means my work has glory on it. So if I do lazy with my work to God, I'm not being a good praiser. I'm not being a good worshiper. I'm basically telling God, forget you. He said, if a man don't work, you don't eat. So if I'm not doing my best with my work, I had to think about this, right? And I've been reading, I've been listening to things on Right Now Media about work as worship to God. It's a beautiful picture. It's a beautiful, when God sees the singer and songwriter practicing on stage, going, sees behind the scenes. God sees that NFL player, that basketball player, that business owner who has integrity, who cares about the least and the greatest. He sees that. You saw what he said about Job. God was pleased with how wealthy Job was. He talked about how blessed Job was. Because God looks at our work. This is what I'm learning. And since God looks at my work as worship, when other people see my work, they should say glory to God. When you see Michael Jordan play basketball, you're like, wow, how did he do that? Right? If he's saved or not. When you see I'm just talking about the work part. When you see his work, he did his best with his work. Look at the people in your life that are doing their best with their work. The people you look up to, they do their best with their work, because they know that the work that they do gives God glory. And I want you to start doing the same. Whatever work you are in, your job, okay? If God has you there, make it look beautiful. Sweep that floor, right? Clean up. You work at McDonald's, wherever you are, you have a business, do your best. Be happy. Be cheerful. Do it unto God. Don't do it unto men. That's where you go wrong. You're doing your work unto men and not unto God. And I've done that before too. I'm not trying to come on here perfect, but I'm trying to give you a new perspective, like God has given me a new perspective of work. Your work is valuable. Your work is important to God. It is worship to him. Your work is worship to God. When you have integrity and you're treating people right, that gives God glory. Wherever you go and whatever you do, do it all unto God. Do it all unto his glory. Okay? I hope this helped you, man. God bless everybody. Cam Nick, what's up, brother? Haven't talked to you in a minute. I see you. God bless, bro. God bless Miss Ellis. God bless Natasha. Everybody on here. Mr. Pinkston, what's up, brother? Javon, God bless everybody on here. But guys, I just hope that this helped you. Felicia, God bless. My cousin just got married. God bless, Felicia. I don't know if you're still on here. Tiffany Ellis. God bless. Ariani. Everybody that's watching. Orlando, what's up, brother? I see y'all on here. Thank y'all for supporting me. But guys, every day, God bless you, bro. Let's do it. Let's do our best unto God. Our work is not, the work that you're doing does not go unnoticed. Somebody sees it. Somebody sees the work that you're doing. I'm about to get off of here. But somebody is looking at you. Your children. They're looking, and they're going to pick up that habit. If their parents is lazy, they're going to pick it up. They're going to pick up that laziness. Right? And I just want to talk about one more thing, and I'm getting off. Y'all can get off if y'all want. You can play replay. But I got one more thing to talk about. It's a parable of the talents in the Bible. And God gave one person, right? The master gave one person, I believe, like 5 talents. I don't remember the exact number. 5, 2, and 1, I believe, something like that. But each one was lesser than the other. I forgot the exact numbers. But I want you to know that whatever it is that God is giving you, I want you to start making it multiply. And I'm not just talking about, I know it's talking about money in the Bible. It was talking about money, actually. But I'm talking about your gifts, too. Use your gifts. Okay? Don't hide your gifts. Don't hide what God is giving you. Use it. Glorify God with it. Make it multiply. Make it, use it. Okay? Like God is giving me a gift of encouragement. I'm using it. Right? Whatever gift God is giving you, use it. Yes. Thank you, Natasha. Hallelujah. 10. One had 10. Right? And then the other one had 5 talents and the other one had 1. I believe. But y'all know the story, right? Y'all know the story, right? You can search it up. But the servant that had 1 talent did not make it multiply. And it says that he was a lazy and a wicked and lazy servant, right? And everything that he had was taken. The 1 talent he had was taken away from him, right? You don't have to be perfect to do this, to talk about how good God is, right? He just wants somebody that's willing and obedient, right? But the person that did not make it multiply what God had given them, did not use what God gave him, everything that he had, the one talent that he had, it was taken away from him. So guys, I want you to think about, what is God giving me that I am not making multiply, that I am not giving him glory with? Did he give you a gift of music, of singing, whatever it is? Do you have a plan to use that? Business, your business. Are you working that business? Are you making it multiply? And definitely your money, because it was in the Bible, it was talking about money specifically. It said that the first servant traded his money. That's what it said. He traded his 5 talents, made it 10, right? And you know the story, right? He traded his money and he basically doubled it. Okay? But the one that had 1 talent did nothing with it. And I just think about, people's lives in America, right? You see all the time, the wealthy, they invest their money. And that's kind of like this parable. The people that got more, they multiply their money. And the people that don't have more than the people that have more, they hold on to their money. And then eventually they lose all that they have. Right? But I don't want you to live like that no more. I want you to double what God is giving you, right? Because it's biblical. It is biblical. It says it in the Bible. They traded their talents and made them multiply. Okay, so I hope that this helped you, man. God bless. Have a blessed day. Later.